Question. You ever crush your photo shoot so hard that when you're all done and you're ready to edit and you're looking at your photos, you can't figure out which one is your favorite because you took too many shots and they all look the same? I'm not saying that's ever, happened to me or anything. I have the feature for you in Lightroom Classic Cc, the desktop version. We are going to be talking about Survey View. We'll roll that intro. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Mackie Mouse, ready for a little quick tip tutorial today. As you can see, we're in a little bit of a new lighting situation. I'm constantly trying to tweak and improve this new little tiny studio that I'm trying to create in my house. I hope you guys enjoy it. A little feedback, if you guys want to throw me some love down there, let me know what you guys think of the new studio. Hit up the comments below. So today, what we're talking about is Adobe Lightroom Classic Cc. That's the desktop version of Lightroom. There is a feature called Survey View I use all the time in my editing, and I really want to show you guys how it works. So we're going to head over to the computer, and I'll show you guys what's going on. Let's go. All right, so what we're looking at here is the main interface for Lightroom in the library module. That's the module you use to kind of just search through your images. We're not editing yet. All we're going to do is figure out which photos we would like to edit. What you're looking at right now is just some images I took of my lovely fiance, Taryn. We just took these a couple days ago. Her Instagram handle is dreamalongwithtaryn, hashtag shameless plug. If you're interested in any kind of fashion bloggy stuff, her Instagram and her blog are very cool, if I do say so myself. But that's not why you guys are here. We're going to talk about one of my favorite features of Lightroom, and that is Survey View. This is a feature that only exists in the Lightroom Classic desktop version. It does not exist in the Lightroom CC, that is the mobile free version. I don't know why. I wish Adobe would add it. It would be really cool. But for now, this only exists in the desktop, just in case you're looking for that on the mobile version. So what Survey View is essentially a way for you to compare certain images to other images. As you can see, when you take images of just about anything, sometimes you take a lot of images in a row and they start to look the same. So how do you narrow it down and figure out which one is your favorite so that you can only edit the ones that you really love? So here's how to do it. First, I want to show you where the view types are. They're down here in this main preview part of the window. You'll see here are all the view types. This first one is the highlighted one, is the one that we're in right now, and that is the grid view. If you hover over these images, it'll tell you what it is. And I want you to take note of that little keyboard shortcut in the parentheses. I'm going to be referring to those. Keyboard shortcuts will really, really speed up your workflow. So just take note of those as we go along. G for grid view, you can see down there. The next one is loop view. Loop is basically just a magnifier. So if you double click or you hit this button or you hit E there on the keyboard, I'm going to hit E. That will just blow that up into this entire preview so that you can see it up close. You can even click and zoom in even further. If I hit G, I'm back to my grid view. That's what loop view is. The next one is compare view, which if I select, let's just select these three in a row, and I hit compare, it will allow me to compare one image to one other image at a time. If I hit right arrow, it'll just step through, but I'm still only comparing one image to one image. So that's a little bit of a slow process for me. So I like the next one, which is Survey View. And you can see in this little thumbnail here, that's basically what it looks like, is just a bunch of images on a little kind of square on a light board. And you see the keyboard shortcut there is N. I'm going to hit G for grid. I'm going to make a selection. Let's just select all the ones with this like Mickey hat on here. Hold Shift. Select through, and then hit N for Survey View right here. And now I'm looking at the Survey View. What this is a bunch of pictures that will adjust themselves live depending on what your selection is. This down here, this little film strip, is just representing the grid just in a strip down below. So if I hit N for survey, depending on the resolution of your screen, sometimes these pictures will be bigger or smaller. So I'm just going to close some of these panels here. They're still there. You can just hover if you want to get back to them. And I'm going to leave this film strip so you can see what's going on. So now we have a nice big area to work with. You can right-click this background color here and change the background if you like. Sometimes that helps depending on the colors you're working with. I prefer darker gray, not totally black, so that's just an option for you, just so that you know. And so now that I'm looking at them, what do? You can do a few things here. You can actually remove some of them from the selection, and Survey View will narrow down this focus for you so that you can whittle it down to one picture that you like. So let's say, for instance, this image here, I don't want to include that anymore. So if you hit this little X here, it won't delete the image, but it'll just remove it from the selection. You see, if I hit that X, watch this film strip here, you see it deselected the image, and then it also reorganized all these images in the Survey View since that one's not there anymore, so you can kind of see what you're working with here. Let's remove, say, I don't want to remove any, they're so good. These two here are pretty similar, so let's remove this one right here. You'll see it deselects that, and then you can kind of keep doing that until you find one that you like. You can actually hold the Control key or the Command key on a Mac, and you can add selections in the film strip to your Survey View, and you can see every time you do that, it will just keep updating your Survey View. It's a really cool way to just get a really good idea of the context of all of these images in a row, so you know what you're dealing with, and you can select as few or as many images as you like to compare. Once you find one that you like, let's say, for instance, I keep whittling this down, and then I realize I'm just going to keep hitting X, and I realize that this right here, that's the one that I like. You can do a few things. You can flag them, you can put a star on it, you can put a color on it. I'm going to do a whole separate video on filtering and how you can add little attributes to your photos to kind of tag them and let yourself know this is one I like. For this little flag, if you're interested in doing that, you can hit P for pick. You can see there. U will be unpick, that'll just remove the flag altogether. Or you can hit X for rejected. So I'm going to hit P. And then I'm going to show you in another video how to make it so that in this grid view, you only see the ones that have flags. And that way you can kind of keep whittling it down that way. If you're interested in the keyboard shortcut for that X for removing it from the selection, it is the /. So that's the key right next to the period on the keyboard, in case you're confused about which slash it is. Sometimes I get confused with that. So I'm just going to highlight this one here, and I'm going to hit that / key, and there you go. It deselects it from that Survey View. So more or less, that's really all Survey View is. It's just an organizational tool. It's just a way for you to see your images a little clearer, for them to be a little bit more organized, so that it'll be a little easier for you to pick the photos that you really like. And that is Survey View. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little quick tip in Lightroom. Hope you guys will be using Survey View in the future when you edit. I know it helps me really organize my thoughts and really narrow in on just the important stuff, so I'm not wasting any time at all in my editing. If you liked this video, I will be doing more in the future, and if you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you don't miss any of the future tutorials and future tips. Look out for some Lightroom stuff, for some Premiere, for some Final Cut Pro, for some Sony a7 III, for some camera work, for some settings. This year is going to be a big year, so don't miss out on any of it. And until next time, just go shoot, because the best is yet to come. Peace!